It always comes to this. More nice shit. Morning guys, back into another tattoo progress update today. Where I left off, I showed off the new head roses, the green leaves, bluey green leaves. That's turquoise fusion with white mixed in. Both my face and my head here. We didn't get to the rose on the back of my head. That'll be a job for another day, but I'll probably lump in the third pass on the red on the forehead same day. So we'll make a full go of it. It'll be enough for a day. That is the biggest rose back there anyway, so probably would have taken an hour and a half on its own. And this week alone, I added about 14 hours to my my running total. The amount of time that I've been tattooed is it ramps up quickly, and so you'll find some videos of me from even last year where the total is quite a bit different than it is now. And I just want to let you guys know that that's legit, you know, when you do 14 hours in a week, and I've had similar weeks to that quite often, you know, that total goes up quickly. I think it's not unlikely that I'll be probably clocking in over 3,000 hours this year. I had a guy in my comments one time tell me, he's like, oh, you got to do more than that. I'm like 5,000-6,000 hours myself. I looked at him, he's got like black and gray tattoos, and they're all just kind of half-assed, and he's barely covered, and I'm thinking, I think you need to learn to count or something. There's no way that amount of work took that long. Usually you can get to the end of a black and gray bodysuit in a couple hundred hours, unless it's incredibly detailed, and then a full color bodysuit over negative space, you're usually looking between 400 and 500 hours. I know the averages because I have a lot of fully tattooed friends, and obviously it's going to vary, you know, artist to artist, how fast they go and all these things, but the average for a bodysuit is anywhere from 200 to 500 hours. If you get into multiple bodysuits, you know, second layer, you're probably looking around 1,000-ish. It's not typical for people to have, you know, upwards to 2,000-3,000 hours. That's not... And if you're thinking that, then you're probably not counting correctly. Are we talking about the time you sat on the couch waiting? Because if we're talking about that, then all of a sudden my total goes up to around 25,000 hours with all the time I've spent waiting around for Rick to get to work. With that said, I had a great session yesterday. One of the best tattoo sessions I've had in a while. I had a lot of fun working with new artists, and you guys will already know what this video is about, but I was almost like a proud papa to some degree, and that probably seems weird because I'm not this girl's mentor or anything like that. She was already a pretty good tattooer when she came here, but I knew she was very, very talented, I think, before she even realized it, and this was also the case with Terry. I could see the way that Terry worked. There were certain things that I was very into, we'll say, or I found very, you know, efficient about the way he worked. That's the reason why I started working with Terry. And truth be told, working with Alex here on my leg tattoo that we did the other day, or just yesterday, she's a very complete product as a tattooer already. There's no need to learn really anything technical. She's already very, very skilled. It was just one of those... She'd never had the chance to show off this way before, and I had zero doubts this was going to work exactly as it did, and I think right up until the moment she sat down to do it, she was thinking that it was something that it wasn't, like so many tattooers do, like, and also there's self-doubt that, like, am I really doing this? Some kind of imposter syndrome or something, right? But I've now had three of our younger artists at the shop here tattoo me on my leg, and she was easily the most skilled and did it the least, it was the least challenging for her. It was the most effortless for her. And everything that we did, I think, is going to heal very, very well. With that said, I'll show it off here on camera if I can. I'll do my best. It's pretty punchy, so it shouldn't be hard to see, but getting it up here without glare is another matter. This is me doing my very best to shove my leg up, and thankfully this is on the back of my, or the front of my leg, so I can actually show you guys, and hopefully in decent detail without some glare. I'm trying to get the glare off of it, but yeah, and get the whole thing up there. It's a big piece. And while I'm here, I'll show off how the Nosferatu's doing if I can. And the little candy cane as well. I don't know if that's actually working. Yeah, a little bit of glare on the screen. It's hard for me to tell if this is actually showing up, but usually with these things, I'll check back later and I'm like editing the video and I'm like, oh well, that did better than I thought, but who knows. It was a little easier with my back because I didn't have to adjust the camera. And, you know, I don't do anything crazy for editing or setup for these videos, you know. For the people out there that think that I'm faking this or something, here I am struggling with a fucking front-facing iPhone camera to show you guys these fucking tattoos. So it is that good. That tattoo is probably going to be more vibrant than a lot of people's first pass color on normal skin. I'm not embellishing. I'm not kidding. That is the reality of it. There are times when Alex was packing color in my shin there, and again, we worked for 8 hours, and she caused almost no harm to my skin. There's like no pain or sensitivity to the touch. Whereas when Ashlyn tattooed my leg, and Sarah too, there was some soreness afterwards. This is going to be closer to a Terry or Rick heel for me, I think. Now, obviously, I could be wrong, right? But there are some things that happen after a tattoo that give me either worry or concern or kind of put my mind at ease. And the fact that there was no heat sensitivity in the shower this morning, and also there's almost no swelling, and there was very little plasma, tells me that there was almost no damage done on the way in. But also, like, when we got going, it took about 2 hours to get the stencil correct, and we wanted to adjust the size and stuff. I think at first the sizing was a little off and placement was difficult. We wanted to get a specific placement to go with what we have there already. And so we started around 10, but we didn't get tattooing until around 11:30. And then we got out of here around 8. So if you factor in breaks, we didn't take a lunch. We just kind of, so factor in, you know, the odd 2 to 3 minute bathroom break. We're probably around 8 hours, maybe just a little shy of 8 hours yesterday of just straight tattooing. The lines took 2 hours. But that thing was liney, very, very liney. And the thing I noticed right away was you can feel the way things look, right? Like her work is, the lines are all the same depth. They're all the same, you know, they're exactly straight. And they're all in the same exact position in the skin, which sounds strange. Like, yeah, whatever, Remy, who cares? Like, but like these are things that they're hard to explain. But you can see them when you look at a tattoo where everything is exactly as it should be. And that's how it felt when she was lining me as well. Whereas Sarah struggled a little more with the lines. And then she was good on color packing. Whereas Ashlyn, when she was tattooing me, she struggled more with the color packing and had an easy time lining. And you can feel that. You can feel it. When you've had as many hours as I have, you can feel when things are going smoothly and when there's a struggle. You can also see it in how the work is going in, obviously. Like Ashlyn packing the white into the Nosferatu the first time, there was more of a struggle. And the second time she did better, but like you could feel the learning curve in an artist's work, and it's different where that is for each artist. It's very interesting to me, like how different people will struggle with different aspects of this craft. But what was immediately clear to me was that Alex is, and I'm not buttering her up either. I knew that this was the case. She is a complete package for technicality already. Whatever problems she has are artistic choices or design sense things or just different quirky artistic preferences, right? She has zero technical problems in tattooing, and it made for a very, very easy time. All the lines are just like bang in there, perfectly straight, no wibbles, no wobbles, nothing needed to be run twice. It's touch, touch, go, much like it is now with Terry. Same, like I've never had struggles with Rick, obviously. Like what he does is fine, and I've never healed hard with him. But he's been doing this for 45,000 years, so... yeah, it was just one of those, okay, I'm in safe hands today, and this is going to go really well. And then the black probably took about 45 minutes. There's quite a bit of black on black in there. If you include the lines, I guess, all told, black time on the job was probably 2 hours, 45 minutes, 3 hours of it. And then the color probably took about 5 hours-ish. And there's a lot of different colors in there. Interesting was the light pink, which has been a real fucking pain in everyone's ass here at the shop to put on or put into me. Between Terry and Rick, that seems to be one of the harder ones to get. That was effortless for her. Like it was like the light pink was like it was going in like butter. Like it was just like, oh, there's no black there. The darker blue, same thing. Like that was where we started, and when she started saturating that blue into my leg, it was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. Like it was going in very, very smooth and very easily. It was again like there was no black there. The red, same thing. We used darker colors than we intend it to be in the end, because as I told Alex, it seems like it's easier to start with darker colors and then brighten the colors once they're in there than it is to go straight with bright colors. You seem to have an easier time packing dark colors into the black, and then once those colors are established, then you brighten those same colors with brighter versions. So the plan is in the red velvet parts, when we come back for the second pass in the background session, we'll do nebula red over the red velvet like we did on my face here and other parts of my body, and we should get a brighter red with less struggle and should retain more of the brightness. So there were little things like the ink choices we used where like I kind of gave her, my anecdotal knowledge and everything that I put on the table for her, she took and ran with, and it just goes to show you guys like there's nothing keeping anyone from doing this work other than an open mind, right? Most people are not. They think they can't do it, and so they can't, right? The only reason why they can't do it is because they think so. If they thought they could do it, it would be fairly easy, and that's been proven here now. 3 separate artists have done this on their first shot, and I have every one of those tattoos in varying condition. This one's going to be the best one, but like none of them have vanished, and like a second pass will fix all the problems and anything that goes wrong. I don't even think these are going to be third pass items. I expect that this bat is going to be minimal work because not everything in there we want to be super bright anyway. And some of the colors were going in like I said, like there was no fucking black there. And yes, it is going to mix down over the next couple days, but I've seen a lot of this, and I'm not anticipating it to fade back as much as a lot of the things that have been done on me. We'll see. Obviously, I'll be here to tell you guys if that's the case. There's no way I could lie to you. I'm accountable. I'm here every week, and I show this shit off, right? Unlike a lot of tattooers out there that you never see their healed work, everything on me gets seen, You can say I do this for whatever reason you want, but you can't say I'm not honest and I'm not open about the process, right? So if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it because I'll have to be, right? I won't be able to fucking hide it as I will be getting more work done on my legs anyway. These things are going to be showing up. So I was in no torment for this session. There are people who were commenting like, oh man, my shin. I remember when it's like, dude, like, perspective is a hell of a drug. I don't know if something broke in me at some point, but 8 hours on my shin, around 5 hours, I was just getting going. Like, it didn't, I don't know. I guess if you sit for a lot of your torso over and over and over again for, years on end, pretty much anything seems like a break. It felt like a break when we were working on my head the other day. So, but because it's not an armpit or a fucking rib or, not that those things are even like that bad, but like, I feel like your pain, not your pain tolerance or your threshold, but your pain understanding and patience grows as you get more work done and you have a greater appreciation for what's actually kind of easy, right? Whereas if you've only had your shin tattooed, it probably feels like fucking fire or something. But yeah, it was a fairly easy session to sit for. We were just bullshitting and talking the whole time. And I'm hoping that it did a lot for her confidence. Now, I've seen her cover things already. I've seen them healed. She just did a little cover-up on Ashlyn, which, for all intents and purposes, was color on black. The tattoo that she covered on Ashlyn had black in it. You can't see that black anymore. It's not there. So, I mean, for me, it was a no-brainer that this is going to work. And it's just about people wrapping their mind around it. Because it's like, again, we're not world-class artists in here. These are people that no one would even know of. They're just doing the job. And that tells me, again, like, you guys don't need to be fucking traveling here for Terry or Rick. And I'm not trying to take money out of our pockets here. It's just, it's a little pathetic and kind of silly that, we're getting so many of these projects. And I've been pushing the message all along. You do not need these artists. Any artist capable of packing color can do this work. That's not to take away from either the guys that have been doing this on me either, or Alex or anyone else that contributes to this. I had Alex Rose from the Kelowna shop. He was touring through Lethbridge, and he did one of these on me. First try. Yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. It worked. It's like, why are we fucking flying down to Lethbridge, Alberta? Because some asshole in Texas says it doesn't work. When we have people who have been doing this for a few years that are fucking banging it out of the park. It defies logic. It gets dumber to me all the time. Like, again, I'm not trying to talk money of our pocket. Like, people want to come here and they want to do it here. Like, that's fine. But my messaging has been fairly consistent that this doesn't need to be the case. If people would just fucking listen to what I'm saying rather than looking at my work and going, oh, there's got to be some kind of magic. No, I'm telling you the magic. I will say when Alex was saturating my skin, she said my skin was a lot better than she expected it to be. And I'll take that honestly coming from her because, like, she's never worked on me before. She just says that a lot of men's skin sucks. And it's probably because I'm very hydrated and I actually moisturize my skin. So if you want vibrant tattoos, whether they be over black or otherwise, definitely drink fucking water and moisturize your skin every day. She told me that colors were going in easier into my skin than they do in most of her clients. And I have multiple layers of work. So that should seem completely ridiculous. You would think that all this scar tissue that people think I have would be affecting how things get into my skin, but she said it was going in smoother into me than almost anyone she works on. And the best of any guy she's tattooed in years. So that was one of those, well, that's fucking weird. That shouldn't be the case. It should have been harder to put fucking color into me at this point, you'd think. But what can you do? It is what it is. Take care of your skin. That's where people talk about, oh, the state Remy's skin's got to be just a train wreck. Oh, apparently it's better off than most people's. And it must be, because if I'm doing, fucking 30 plus layers in some spots on my body and they're still showing vibrant color, then there's got to be something I'm doing right for my skin. It can't be the train wreck that some people would have you believe. But anyway, I've got a lighter week next week. I do have a whole topic to cover next week, so there still will be 2 videos next week, but there will be most likely only one tattoo update next week. So yeah, I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day.